Egypt was never supposed to become one of the greatest civilizations in human history. 97% of its land is unforgiving desert. Rain is rare. Temperatures are brutal. Yet somehow, in the middle of this hostile landscape, a civilization rose that would outlive empires, shape human history, and leave behind monuments so massive they still dominate the earth thousands of years later. This is the story of Egypt from above. A journey across scorching deserts, ancient rivers, hidden tombs, and colossal monuments that reveals how one civilization conquered nature itself. From the sky, the answer to Egypt's survival becomes immediately clear. Cutting through endless desert, like a lifeline, is the river Nile, the longest river on Earth. Stretching over 4,000 miles, it transformed barren land into fertile ground and made civilization possible. Without the Nile, there would have been no pyramids, no pharaohs, no ancient Egypt. Near the modern capital of Cairo lies one of humanity's greatest achievements, the pyramids of Giza. Seen from above, their scale is staggering. Built from millions of tons of stone over 4,500 years ago, these structures remain among the largest ever created by human hands. The greatest of them all, the Pyramid of Khufu, once stood as the tallest structure on Earth for nearly 3,500 years. Even today, scientists and archaeologists continue trying to understand how ancient builders achieved something so extraordinary. For American archaeologist Mark Lehner, the pyramids became a lifelong obsession. But the true secret of the pyramids may not be the monuments themselves. Hidden nearby are the remains of a vast workers' city complete with bakeries, workshops, grain silos, and living quarters. Tens of thousands of laborers once lived here, forming one of the largest organized workforces of the ancient world. The pyramids were not built by magic. They were built by human ambition, engineering, sacrifice, and an empire powered by the Nile. That river carried more than water. It carried stone, food, trade, and life itself. Even today, millions of Egyptians still depend on it. In southern Egypt, on Elephantine Island, Nubian fishermen continue traditions passed down for generations. Father and son push their small wooden boat into the waters of the Nile before sunrise, navigating dangerous currents and crowded river traffic to catch fish using techniques older than many nations on Earth. For the Nubian people, the Nile is not just a river, it is survival. Thousands of years ago, ancient Egyptians understood the Nile better than anyone. Each year, floodwaters surged north from heavy rains deep in Africa, spreading fertile black silt across the desert plains. Those floods transformed barren land into farmland. To predict whether harvests would succeed or fail, the Egyptians invented an extraordinary tool, the nilometer. By measuring water levels with carved stone markings, priests and officials could forecast the future of entire harvests. The Nile became the heartbeat of Egyptian civilization, and even today, nearly the entire population still lives along the narrow green corridor it creates through the desert. Beyond that fertile strip lies another Egypt entirely, an endless wilderness of rock, sand, and mountains. In the Sinai Peninsula, one of the driest places on Earth, Bedouin communities have survived for centuries against impossible odds. For shepherdess Qudra Eid Morid, life in the desert is a constant struggle for movement, water, and survival. Using knowledge passed down through generations, she guides her goats through dry valleys, searching for hidden vegetation nourished by scarce underground moisture. The desert teaches endurance, and for the Bedouin, it has always been home. But Egypt's deserts also protected something else: the dead. For centuries, the pharaohs built colossal pyramids filled with treasure for the afterlife. Yet, despite their size, many tombs were looted by grave robbers, so Egypt's rulers chose a new strategy: Deep within a remote desert valley, hidden beneath pyramid-shaped mountains, they carved secret royal tombs directly into the rock. This became the Valley of the Kings. Over 500 years, more than 60 royal tombs were built here, including the tomb of the most famous pharaoh of them all, Tutankhamun. When British archaeologist Howard Carter opened the tomb in 1922, he uncovered one of the greatest discoveries in archaeological history. Golden masks, jewels, chariots, thrones. More than 5,000 priceless artifacts, untouched for over 3,000 years. Today, millions visit the Valley of the Kings each year, but preserving these fragile tombs has become a race against time. Dust carried in by visitors slowly damages the ancient paintings, forcing conservators to fight a silent battle to protect Egypt's past. Yet ancient traditions still live far beyond the tombs and temples. Across Cairo, towering pigeon lofts rise above crowded rooftops. Pigeon breeding has existed in Egypt for thousands of years, evolving into a fierce urban competition. Breeders release flocks into the sky, attempting not only to guide their own birds home, but to lure rival pigeons away. For competitors like Hassan Muhammad Hussein, these contests are battles of pride, patience, and skill. From above, Cairo becomes a living blend of ancient tradition and modern chaos along the west bank of Luxor. Another reminder of pharaonic power emerges from the desert. Massive mortuary temples built to honor rulers who believed themselves to be gods. Among them stands the Temple of Hatshepsut, one of Egypt's few female pharaohs, carved dramatically into the cliffs beneath towering mountains. Nearby lies the Ramesseum, the immense temple complex of Ramses II, whose colossal statues once reminded all who saw them that Egypt's rulers considered themselves divine. But even the age of the pharaohs would eventually end. After thousands of years, Egypt fell under Roman rule, and Christianity replaced the worship of ancient gods. In the Sinai Mountains stands one of Christianity's holiest places, Catherine's Monastery, built in the 6th century at the foot of Mount Sinai, where Moses is believed to have received the 10 Commandments. It remains the oldest continuously inhabited monastery on earth. For over 1,500 years, prayers have echoed daily within its walls. Here, ancient faith and history continue uninterrupted. Yet Egypt is not trapped in the past. Near the pyramids, a new monument is rising. The Grand Egyptian Museum, a billion-dollar project designed to preserve and display the treasures of one of humanity's greatest civilizations. Transporting these priceless artifacts across the crowded streets of Cairo is a delicate operation involving police escorts, engineers, and restoration teams working against time. Every statue, every artifact, every fragment carries the weight of history, because for Egypt, these treasures are more than relics. They are identity. From the sky, Egypt reveals itself as a nation suspended between worlds. Ancient temples stand beside modern cities. Traditions older than empires still survive, and the Nile continues flowing through it all, just as it did thousands of years ago. In the land of the pharaohs, the past has never truly disappeared. It still lives beside the present.